one of the things we need to do, and from a city's perspective, is stop giving out political patronage jobs. We're seeing it over and over again. The recent hiring of over $150,000 for 2 positions for assistant controllers. It's inexcusable. It needs to stop. We need to cut back on some of these directors' salaries. And also, I work in the city. When I look at our budgets, when you're allocated $20,000 one year and you only spend 10 of it, you shouldn't get allocated $20,000 the next year. You should get 10 and then actually be asked to cut 5% out. But the taxpayers have been overcharged for far too long in this city. It's time to take that surplus, it's rightfully yours, and return it and cut taxes. I believe I was elected to cut taxes, and that's what I intend to do fully. When we talk about the police department, I'm going to take you back to last year when I spoke out against the audit because it started off on the wrong foot. They started with bad data. They were using the census from 2000. We now know that with the 2010 census, Hoboken's population is over 50,000 people. I have a pretty good suspicion that now our police department is not adequately staffed to represent our needs of our city. I was just on Monroe Street this week, and a resident was telling me about a rash of break-ins there. And I think it's a concern when people don't feel safe in their neighborhoods. I think we ask the chief of police to come back and let us know if we needed to hire more guys and get them on the streets. Now, the one good thing that did come out of that police audit was the need to cut the public safety director. And now with his resignation, I understand that the mayor wants to hire for this position. I'm full favor of eliminating it entirely for the city. As far as the fire department, that audit was due in November. We as a council still do not have that document. It is being plagued by politics and is not being handed over to us. And we know, just by talking to the firemen and the chief, that more firefighters are needed. We have a list ready for hire, and they're being held and not hired. It's a problem. 4th Ward residents have been promised this park for years. They were promised when Dawn Zimmer was their council representative, and they were promised when she became mayor. There's been no movement on this park. We made this an issue during our campaign. We said that this was going to be our top priority in my term of office. It will be my top priority over the next 4 years. We really need to come together. We're getting the results of the blight study relatively soon. We expect that. We need to make the Southwest a destination. It all starts with this park. We need restaurants, cafes. We need a place to go for families. First of all, infrastructure is a problem for the 4th Ward. This year when the paving schedule came out, we were only getting 1 block of road paved. Our roads are a mess back there. I disagreed with it. I voted against it. Our roads need to be paved as far as infrastructure goes. So does our sewage authority. They're actually working on a couple of projects for the ward right now to upgrade some of the catch basins in the ward. But as far as the city's concerned, we're about 60% residential, and your target should be about 50%. I feel that we need more commercial if we're going to look for growth in this city. There's opportunities. It stimulates the economy, creates jobs. Commercial doesn't take a huge impact on your services because there's no, you're not putting kids through schools. What you would want in development is mixed use. It's a combination of residential, commercial, and retail space. And for the 4th Ward, the Southwest Redevelopment Plan needs to incorporate all 3 of these and the park. When you have public advocacy groups calling for this administration and this hospital authority board to be more open in the sale of the hospital, I think there's a problem. I think there's an enormous problem when you see the facility already hitting a real estate's website as a potential sale. I think that is an enormous problem. Make no mistake about it, we want to keep that hospital as a long-term acute care facility for generations to come for Hoboken's families. I support rent control, as do my council colleagues with this new ordinance. It's a 9-0 vote. It's a step in the right direction. Does it make everyone happy? No, it does not. But we took action. We're trying to move the city forward on this issue. It's still going to be revised. People put in countless amount of hours into it. I stand by that vote. I do understand that more work does need to be done. It is very important for the city of Hoboken. We do not want to force residents out of their homes. And in my opinion, this ordinance does not do that. I think it gets back to one simple premise. And that's when you walk into a store on Washington Street and you talk to the owner and you say, how's it going lately? What's going on? What's the vibe? And this is what actually was said to me was, the taxes are too damn high. And he's absolutely right. And that's what I tell him. We have a tax problem here in the city of Hoboken. Tonight, with the help of residents from across the ward, I'm proud to say that we've begun to make tremendous strides on some of our most pressing issues. We made the surplus an issue, and now everyone's talking about the surplus. We fought to get a 4th Ward Park to the top of the city's agenda, and now it is. We led the charge to get $1.6 million in repairs to Mama Johnson Field, the Boys and Girls Club Park, and the Jackson Street Park, all in the 4th Ward. We got the funding for a new playing surface for Mama Johnson Field. We promised to get action on issues, and we delivered. We got buses rerouted, we got intersections painted, street lights repaired, stop signs installed, potholes filled, and we put community service back in style. And that's just after 5 months. Give us 4 years and watch what we can do.